How will we remember this moment, our time of pandemic? Will we remember the fear or the courage?
There's no mystery. Everybody's got COVID.
For those in the front lines, like the doctors, nurses, and staff at Bethesda Hospital in St. Paul, this has been a call to duty, a call to heal.
I couldn't live with myself if I sat it out. You know, that this is, in many ways, my generation's defining moment, I think.
Dr. Andrew Olson, like most of his colleagues, volunteered to work at Bethesda, now a dedicated COVID hospital. Like the firefighter who runs into a burning building over and over, hoping to save one more.
Even when families aren't here, those patients are not alone.
This is scary. This is a scary place to be. When I tell people, yep, I work at Bethesda, I'm at the COVID hospital, people are shocked and terrified to be around me, of course, which is okay.
Nurse Angie Whitley has lost 20 patients, becoming a bridge to their families, holding iPads to say a final goodbye.
You know, it's difficult to see what I see every day and to see what these nurses go through, what these patients go through, what these families go through. You know, we had a patient that, you know, her last request really was to be surrounded by flowers when she died. And without any hesitation, you know, staff brought in flowers, you know, and she passed away peacefully, surrounded by flowers. You know, it's touching and wonderful, and chokes me up. It's a beautiful thing.
Even surrounded with so much death, there is also life here.
I think it'd be silly to look for too many silver linings in this right now, but there are positive stories that have to be told. There are people whose lives were saved, who are going home to their families.
When someone is well enough to be discharged from Bethesda, it's recorded on a whiteboard. They ring a bell, and they play a familiar song.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right.
And I think that is a visual and auditory reminder of how important this is, and that's one more fight won.
This is probably the most altruistic thing I could see anybody doing right now.
And it's not just hospitals. This daily life and death struggle is playing out at long-term care facilities across Minnesota, like the Emeralds of St. Paul. Nurses replacing family in those final moments.
I'll help you carry on.
I'm also maybe the only one who's going to get to hold a hand. Or, you know, I tell someone I barely know that they are deeply loved.
We give them that compassion. We talk to them like families, like daughters, sisters, and make them feel that this is home.
But for many of these nurses, their own homes are no longer a refuge, but fraught with worry about infecting their own families.
I know when I get home, I don't hug them, I don't kiss them anymore. It came to a point my daughters were like, Mommy, we don't get the hug and kisses anymore. I said, yeah, because of what I'm doing, I need to keep you guys safe.
I have the pleasure of working with people who understand best practices. They're diligent, and their endurance is humbling.
How's your endurance?
Well, now you're making me cry. I don't know that we really take our time to think about it, you know?
Time is a luxury they don't have. There are long hours with little sleep. One day we will properly mourn the losses, even as we celebrate the lives saved. No doubt we will remember the fear, but it will be eclipsed by the courage we saw, inspired by the people who wore masks, who never forgot what it means to be human.
There are moments in life where you're like, oh, this is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
It sounds like you found one of those moments here.
Yeah. Every once in a while you find one of those moments. And sometimes you get a little complacent. You know, I've been a nurse for 20 years, and sometimes you need to find meaning again. And I think coming in here, you find that meaning. And it's rewarding.
Have you found meaning?
Absolutely.
It's my honor and my privilege to be in this position. And I am supported by champions.